This is Roger with iGadget Geek. Today we're going to be taking a look at my Oppo Find 7. Now you can pick this up over at Oppo. They run about 500 bucks. Now I have the US version, which has the supported bands for T-Mobile and AT&T LTE. Now just to kind of run you through some of the specs, it does have a 2.3 gigahertz Qualcomm Snapdragon 801 quad-core processor, has 2 gigs of RAM, has 16 gigs internal storage. Now you can expand that with a micro SD card up to 128 gigs. Now it also has a 2800 milliamp hour battery, and that thing charges really fast with its included rapid charger. Now it does have a 5.5 inch display. Now this version is the 1080p display. It has 403 pixels per inch. Now of course it is an ISP display, 16 million colors, multi-touch, and all that good stuff. Now the camera is a 13 megapixel Sony sensor. It has a 5 megapixel front-facing 80-degree wide-angle sensor. Now it also has a f2.0 for both cameras. Now this also allows you to shoot 4K video at 30 frames a second. Now 1080p videos you can do at 60 frames a second. Now if you want to use slow motion, it'll do a slow motion video at 720p at 120 frames a second. Now of course, like I mentioned, this is the US version, so it does support all my bands here on AT&T. So let's go ahead and kind of give you guys an idea what all comes in the box. Of course you get your phone itself. Now I have the midnight version, as you can see here. It does come in a very nice hard plastic box. So we'll go ahead and open that. Now as you can see, your phone sits right there. Set that to the side. Now you also get, now I've used this phone for a couple of weeks. You actually get, here's that rapid charger that plugs right into your outlet, and it will charge this battery, this 2800 milliamp hour battery, if it is completely dead, up to 100% in about 70 minutes. So it's really nice to have the ability to take this sucker, plug it in, and top off your battery very quickly. So that is a real nice feature. Now you also get another USB to micro USB cable, because the rapid charger cable is actually connected to it. You get a pamphlet here that actually houses your battery and all of your warranty information and product guides and all that. So you can see this is where the actual rapid charger comes packaged. This is all plastic, real nice packaging. They also include a very nice set of headphones. I've been real impressed with these. I've used them a little bit. As you can see, it comes with the different size ear plugs. Real nice metal connectors. Feels like a real nice high quality set of headphones. And it's real nice that Oppo includes that set of headphones when a lot of manufacturers are not including headphones anymore in their phones out of the package. So I'm real impressed with the packaging. Nice hard plastic. So let's set that to the side. What I want to do now is kind of show you guys a size comparison. Now keep in mind, this is a 5.5 inch screen. As you can see right here is the HTC One. Now it is a 5-inch screen, but you can see this phone is actually not much bigger when you compare the two, because the HTC One has all that, metal at the top and bottom for those dual forward-facing speakers. Now right here, as you can see, I've got a notification, and this is one thing I want to show you. Right here, their notification light is really cool. It's a pulsating blue beam on the very bottom of the phone. So you can see it just kind of pulsates in and out. Now there's the HTC One, kind of give you a size comparison. And then here is a Nexus 5. Both of the HTC One and the Nexus are 5-inch screens, and the Oppo is a 5.5-inch screen. So while it is half an inch larger screen, the phone itself is not really that much bigger. So I just wanted to kind of give you guys an idea of the size comparison. Now what I want to do is go ahead and reposition my camera. I want to go ahead and dive into the software setup that I'm currently using on my Oppo Find 7a. Alright, I've gone ahead and repositioned my camera to give you guys kind of a close-up view here of the Oppo Find 7a. Now what I want to do first is we'll kind of take a walk around. Now here on the very back you have your 13 megapixel camera, your secondary mic, your dual flash, really nice Oppo logo. Now here at the bottom you have the dual speakers that actually are your rear speaker. It's one big large grill, but behind here there's actually 2 speakers. Now on the very bottom of the phone you actually have your micro USB plug and your main microphone. On the right hand side you have your volume up and down. On the very top you have your headphone jack right there. On the left hand side you have your sleep wake power button. So let's go ahead and flip this over and we'll take a look at the front. As you can see, I've got a notification. You can see that blue light kind of pulsating. I really do like the notification light. I think they've done a fantastic job with it. It doesn't stand out, but it looks really, really nice. So all in all, I really do like the Find 7. Now what I've done is something a little different. I'm not running the original Color OS, the 1.2 version. I've actually downloaded the beta. So I'm running the international Color OS Beta 2. But I'm not real fond of the Color OS launcher. So what I've done is I've actually gone in here and I've thrown on Nova Launcher with Nova Launcher Prime. I think it's a really great combo. The Color OS is nice, but for me, it's just not quite my thing. I don't like it. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to dive into more of the way that I have my Oppo set up, more than just a standard review. There's a lot of reviews of the Oppo Find 7a out there, but I really wanted to show you guys my personal setup and what I've done that tends to give me the best battery life and best performance out of this phone. So we'll go ahead and dive right on in. Now, as I mentioned, what I wanted to do is kind of show you guys my personal setup here on the Oppo Find 7a. So we'll go ahead and go down here to System Settings. There is something I wanted to show everybody. If you come right up here to Storage, now Oppo has done something a little odd. They don't have unified storage on the internal storage. They've actually pre-partitioned it. They give you about 3 gigs for your apps. Now, a lot of new modern Android phones, they don't use this partition system, so it is a little odd that Oppo uses this. Now, for me personally, I have all the apps that I use installed, and I have used 2.39 gigabytes of its 2.95 gigabyte limit. So for me, the app storage is not an issue. I've also thrown in a 64 gig SD card, so I've extended my storage that way. Now the other thing I want to show you, if we come here About Phone, I am running the international beta. So you can see I'm running Color OS version 2.0.0i beta. It is based on Android 4.3. Now what I've heard is when a more stable version comes available, they have an update in works that will be the 4.4 KitKat version of Color OS. So just kind of keep that stuff in mind before you go out and purchase this phone. If those things are a problem, you may want to wait. But they have already got a port of the CyanogenMod 11S from the OnePlus ported over, working on the Find 7a. It allows you to take either your internal storage or your SD card and create unified storage. So that's nice. It's still in its very early beta stages, so there are some bugs and everything, but this phone's only been out a few weeks, so we've already got that support coming. Now what I've also done is I went ahead and rooted this phone, and Oppo makes it very easy. If you head on over to the Oppo forums, they actually have instructions on how to root their phones, which I think is pretty phenomenal from a phone manufacturer. There's even a statement in there by one of their engineers. Someone asked the question, does rooting my Oppo Find 7a void my warranty? And their response was absolutely not. So it's really nice to see a phone manufacturer that supports the mod community as much as Oppo does. So as you can see, I have Super User installed, so I get all of my good root apps that I want to use and modify and change everything right out of the box. Now I do get to retain a lot of my cool features that I like from the Color OS using Nova Launcher. Now I don't use the stock Color OS launcher, I prefer Nova Launcher. But Nova Launcher on this phone, it tends just to work really well. But I still get a lot of those same features. I get my pull down, so I can, do my pull down. I get my notifications. I have all my quick settings right here. I have my adjustment here for my brightness. I can switch it to manual or auto. You have your Wi-Fi, data, your ringer state. You can actually end all of your back processes, rotation, GPS, all of these great features right here. You got your power saving mode, airplane mode, hotspot, Bluetooth, your sync, your lock now, and you hit that and it actually puts the phone to lock. Then you can actually unlock it here. Now one of the other things that I do a little different than a lot of people on my Android phones, if you come in here to System Settings, now I go here to Location. I don't run the Google Location services by default. That's just me. Some people do. I personally do not. I'm a little different that way. But I have not had the issues that a lot of people are reporting on battery life on the Find 7a. I get through a day without a problem. I tend to have anywhere from 40 to 50% left after a 10-hour workday, so that's not a problem for me. But I do not use those location services, but that's just me. I don't use them on any of my phones, not just the Find 7a. Now, the other thing I've done different is if you go and change the lock screen from the default lock screen, as you can see, I don't have the default lock screen. I actually have that little rotation lock. It seems to help with battery life too. There are some issues with this beta version OS with some battery leaks, but that's to be expected. It is a beta version, but they are working on a more stable release. So all in all, I definitely would recommend the Find 7a, especially for the cost. It's going to run you $499 for this midnight version. It's the US version, so it does support all of the US LTE bands with T-Mobile and AT&T. And that's kind of been my walkthrough introductory to the Find 7a and my personal setup. Now, I do have some more video reviews coming. I have a few cases here to show you guys to review. I have a glass screen protector and some other goodies that we're going to actually be bringing, showing you some reviews on those accessories for the Oppo Find 7a. So stay tuned for those. And this has been Roger with iGadget Geek.